Do you understand now?
Sequenz 4.
I'm starting to see why you're so interested in Shay Cormac.
Seitenwahl. Ja! In der normalen Welt. Hallo.
Shay has seen the true face of the world. And he has chosen his path accordingly. A similar choice will soon present itself to you.
Okay.
I did not think you'd get this far, but you seem to be on the right track. We still can't access the servers in the basement, but there's another one located at the top of the building near Melanie's office. That's your next stop.
Den Server in der CCO. Irgendwas. Weiß habe ich nicht gelesen. Aber das heißt, wenn ich das freischalte, kann ich dann da überall rein? Weil hier kann ich ja rein, nur in 2 und 3 nicht. Das heißt, nachher muss ich dann in 2 rein. Normalerweise. Ja.
Could you stop by my office? We need to have a talk.
Nee. Eigentlich nicht so. Mann, ich dachte, ich soll zu euren Servern. Far Cry 3. Oh. Wollte mich weiter umsehen.
This office used to belong to a man named Olivier Garneau.
Ja, ich weiß.
He was my predecessor as Chief Creative Officer of Abstergo Entertainment.
Ja, ich weiß.
Otto Berg is a representative from our parent company, Abstergo Industries. He's
Ich
showing you
weiß.
the true history of the world, just like they showed me. Olivier was kind, he was intelligent and passionate about our work. But a year ago, he caught a glimpse of this truth. They never found his body.
Okay.
This is not the way we normally bring people up to speed on these matters, but you've worked hard and are proving yourself, so I'm granting you level 2 security access.
Oh, geile. Danke.
The servers on this floor should unlock more of Shay's memories.
Du, danke. Hier ist aber nichts mehr zum Lesen, oder? Doesn't look like... Damn! It's Winter. Sieht nicht so aus bis jetzt. Das ist noch immer Error. Und hier gibt's auch nicht was. Okay. Hier?
Don't you want to know what happens next?
Nee, eigentlich gerade nicht so. Ich schaue mich hier gerade gerne um. Das willst du, glaube ich, mehr wissen, gell? Okay, das ist Level 3. Doch, nö. Okay. Werden repariert.
Francois Macandal saved Baptiste from slavery and inducted him into his so-called brotherhood. Macandal was a vicious mentor, and in his desperate attempt to liberate slaves, he broke his own creed by indiscriminately killing nobles. Misguided as they are, some assassins are honorable. Macandal was not one of them. Thanks to the calculating genius of Madeleine de Lille, the Templars made an example of Macandal by way of public execution in 1758. His pathetic excuse for a brotherhood quickly fell apart. When his comrade and childhood friend Agathe fled to Louisiana, Baptiste saw the futility of his former life in Macandal's brotherhood. Madeleine saw Baptiste's potential and instructed her Templars in New Orleans to strike a deal with him. If he could draw Agathe out of hiding and eliminate him, he would be granted a place in the Templar Order. Although Baptiste was killed by the assassin Aveline de Grandpré, his path clearly demonstrates the inherent superiority of Templar ideals over assassin terrorism.
Okay. Kenn ich
I've got
nicht.
your Animus ready and waiting.
Ja, ich will aber nicht zu meinem Animus zurückkehren. Ich will die ganze Kubitte, die ich jetzt freigeschaltet habe, anschauen. Oh, die Kubitte ist auch frei.
The first civilization entity known as Juno re-emerged from the Grand Temple in New York in December 2012. Although no longer a corporeal being, she exists as a kind of digital consciousness somewhere in the Abstergo cloud. To accomplish her goals in the real world, Juno uses two types of people. The first is another precursor consciousness that emerges in a human being at random. This person is commonly known as a sage. Juno also holds sway over a group of disciples called the Instruments of the First Will, who believe it is humanity's natural role to serve the first civilization. Abstergo is currently using the First Will as a cheap and hands-off way of acquiring pieces of Eden and other relics. However, I suspect that the reverse is also true, that they are using our resources to locate objects that will help them further their own goals. I do not trust them, but for now, all I can do is have DaCosta monitor their activities. Juno's motives are unclear. Although she has made one attempt to possess a corporeal body, she appears to be more powerful as a digital entity. Agent DaCosta fears that should humanity ever achieve singularity, a fusion of humanity and machines, Juno would become unstoppable. Ironically, it is Abstergo itself which is driving civilization in that direction.
Ich weiß nicht, was ich dazu sagen soll, bin ich ehrlich. Oh, ich darf hier nicht mal was machen, okay. Das ist komplett weg. Okay. Mal sehen.
Smooth moves, numbskull. I've got the next set of Shay's memories loaded up and ready to go.
Okay.
We are nearly there. Know that you are aiding a worthy cause, even if you do not yet know what it is.
Wo bin ich? Ah. Gut, dann gehe ich mal herumschauen. Ja. Tablet-Dokument 5, Hey MO. Ich finde, wir sollten uns nicht auf Connor konzentrieren, sondern auf George Washington. Washington und der Wolf. Klingt doch irgendwie nett. Haben Sie Teil an der unwahrscheinlichen Freundschaft zwischen Amerikas größten Helden, General George Washington, und einem myrischen Mohawk namens Connor. Eine anrührende Geschichte von Gewalt, Rache und Verrat, die in den ersten Jahren der amerikanischen Revolution spielt. George Washington lässt sich als Serie vermarkten. Ob wir aus Connor mehr als ein Feature machen können, weiß ich nicht. Ganz zu schweigen von seiner Frau und wie er gestorben ist. Was für eine Schweinerei. ML. Okay. War dann nur ein Tablet? Ja, anscheinend. Ja.
It is 4:26 on December 13, 2012. Debriefing of Sigma Team's Cairo operation. Debriefing conducted by Abstergo psychiatrist Tibor Hashek, Level 7, and Director of Operations Letitia England, Level 9. State your name and rank for the record.
Juhani Otzoberg, service number OP114-8506-B, Master Templar.
How would you classify the result of your Cairo mission, Master Berg?
I would call it a complete success. The new Sigma team performed admirably.
That's going a bit far, don't you think?
The target, William Miles, was apprehended and the first civilization artifact was retrieved. Both were handed off to Warren Vidic without incident. May I ask how you would rate the mission?
We're pleased with the
Gar
results,
nicht.
but not with the methods with which you achieved them.
I see. May I ask why?
You went off mission. You were supposed to apprehend the target at the airport, not at the museum.
When the target emerged from the plane, he was posing as a tour guide for a class of high school students on a field trip.
A member of Sigma Team informed us you aborted the mission then and there.
I will not deny this, but tell me, who talked?
I cannot reveal that.
No matter, I will find out on my own. Back to business. The
Ja.
target was very smart, but also very sloppy.
Explain.
The target possessed advanced counter-surveillance techniques, but lacked the skill to implement them properly.
The target was trained as an assassin since birth.
I am aware. However, it has been many years since he was an active field agent. He must have been very desperate to go himself, as these days he is more of a talker, a puppet master.
And what are you?
A predator.
A predator who defied orders because of the presence of some schoolgirls.
I prefer to think of myself as one who can choose the most opportune time to strike. The last time I followed orders to the letter was in Florence. That did not end well for anyone.
Was it that? Or did the students perhaps remind you of your daughter?
I
Whoa,
separate my work
damn.
and personal life completely.
Your daughter's recovery has been remarkable. I do hope her progress continues.
Please, don't.
I beg your pardon.
I find your attempt to threaten my child vulgar and unnecessary.
Explain.
Abstergo's pharmaceuticals have given my child a chance at a life free from pain. And I have at last found what I believe to be my calling in life.
And for that, we expect obedience.
For that you have my loyalty. The involvement of the children in Egypt compromised the original mission. Nothing more.
We already have one Master Templar that we can barely control. I don't like the idea of having two loose cannons out there.
With all due respect to Master Cross, while he is gifted, he is mentally disturbed.
We mean no disrespect, but after losing your team in Florence, we felt a need to keep a close eye on you.
I achieved all mission objectives and achieved them without bloodshed. So my only question for you is, am I in command of Sigma Team or not?
As you said, the results were impeccable.
Then I believe this meeting to be at an end. I request permission to leave.
Do you have something more important to do?
I am going to find out who among my team talked to you. I will not tolerate that kind of insubordination.
I think we can stop here.
The briefing ended at 4:34. Transcript to be sent to Alan Ricken for security clearance.
Okay, damn, das war ein liebes Gespräch. Wow.
Given the nature of our current investigation, I have been looking at other assassins who, despite themselves, have helped the Templar cause. The first is Clay Kazmarek, who infiltrated Warren Viddick's Animus project in Rome. He became the project's Subject 16. Kazmarek's rich ancestry helped Viddick to
War es nicht
identify the
Ezio?
Renaissance assassin Ezio Auditore as a person of interest. Driven mad by overexposure to the Animus, he committed suicide.
Wow,
However,
okay, damn.
Kazmarek may have unexpectedly become useful again. While in the Animus, Subject 16 came into contact with the first civilization entity known as Juno. Perhaps studying his bizarre Animus experiences can help us find a way to deal with the looming threat Juno promises. With Subject 16 out of the picture, Viddick needed a replacement. Desmond Miles, a runaway assassin, was captured in September 2012 and was used as Animus Subject 17 to further the search for an Apple of Eden.
War ich
He
noch
managed
nicht.
to escape and uncovered an imminent threat to the planet. A solar flare similar to the one that wiped out the precursor race over 75,000 years ago. Desmond Miles also reactivated a first civilization temple in New York and used it to save the world, but it cost him his life. Abstergo recovered his body. In death, Desmond Miles became Sample 17, and his valuable genetic data was uploaded to the cloud servers in order to benefit all branches of Abstergo. Whether they live or die, we must continue to find ways to make the assassins work for us.
Nee, Mann. Seid ihr krank? Okay. Irgendwo noch was. Na,
Sorry, but this is a restricted area.
wo ist denn meine? Ach,
Shit. What's happening?
Another glitch?
Same one as before. Shay's back at Notre Dame.
See if you can complete the memory this time.
nee.
Got it. Shay's in Paris, all right. I even got a date for you. 1776.
At this point in time, Franklin was the American ambassador to France.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Otto Berg, professional killer and amateur historian.
Welche mit Luftattentat töten? Irgendwie ist hier niemand.
I have no quarrel with you. You uncultured swine. You should not have left your backwater color.
Warum hat das nicht funktioniert? Ah ja, egal. Mit Franklin reden.
Shay? Is that you?
Ja,
How long has it been?
ein Jahr.
Where are my manners? Thank you, my friend, thank you. But what are you doing in Paris?
With all due respect, sir, this is no time to talk. You're still in danger.
Yes, I must return to my family.
Hey. Bro, ich bin da, ich bin da. Falsch. Hallo. Komm schon, komm. Ja, wow.
Thank you, Shay.
Kein Problem.
Please wait for me. I just want to
Okay.
make sure my family is safe.
Warte. Da ist noch einer. Und da ist noch einer. Irgendwo da unten ist noch einer, aber ich weiß nicht genau wo. Bin ein bisschen confused.
Mais qu'est-ce qu'il a?
Ehrlich gesagt. Und der letzte, den weiß ich nicht. Wo ist der? Da ist er. Warum habe ich den vorher nicht gesehen? Hey Franklin.
How did you do that?
Speed.
It was quite fortunate.
I make my own luck, Master Franklin, as I suspect you do.
Yes, indeed, my good fellow. Yet, without your assistance today... Well, you have my thanks, Shay. Is there
No
anything
problem.
I can do for you to repay you for this kindness?
Actually, there is. I need to meet a business acquaintance. I heard he would be at the Chateau de Versailles 2 days from now.
And they don't just let anyone inside the royal palace. Very well. I'll see what can be arranged.
Ja, das habe ich nicht mal geschafft. Ich weiß nicht, warum ich den letzten nicht gesehen hatte.
That's the best we can do for now. We keep trying to sequence memories out of order, which is why we're crashing like this.
What do you suggest?
If we progress further with Shay's life in the colonies, I'm confident we can get better results from these Paris memories.
Very well. Keep me informed.
Uploading the next memory sequence now.
Shay Cormac, I hear you are the Templar's new don of precursor archaeology.
I'm no expert, sir. I just witnessed what the assassins can do with those damn sites.
I have spent years investigating precursor leads. Tell me what you have seen.
Alles.
Well, I know both the assassins and Templars are looking for pieces of Eden. Powerful weapons, mind-controlling apples, but this time it's different. We haven't found an apple, but a tree. These temples hold the earth together like roots. Disturb them, and Haiti falls, or Lisbon, or any other place the manuscript shows.
And the assassins are blindly interfering with these structures?
Aye. And if we don't stop them, they'll continue destroying cities.
I see. We have intelligence of assassin activity near Rugeberg Fortress. We'll be meeting with a Royal Navy officer, James Cook. He recently gained a commission that could be strategically valuable. Gist has the charts.
Very well. I'll depart shortly.
Colonel Monroe spoke highly of you, Shay. He was convinced you could become the best among us. I expect you will not disappoint.
I don't plan to, sir.
Gist, do you know why the Grand Master is so interested in Captain Cook?
Well, sir, he's very intelligent and ambitious. His knowledge of seamanship is second to none. And if I trust my favorite barmaid in Halifax, he also just became captain of his own man-of-war. He's also an expert at deciphering secret codes. A man with such a skill is certainly an asset to our cause.
The kind of fellow we should welcome in the Order, then.
Well, he's a friend of mine, but the man has an annoying habit of strict honesty and a total lack of anything resembling guile. Makes it a little hard to keep secret business secret, especially when his mathematical brain is clever at cracking codes. Consider him an ally, but watch what you say around him.
Duly noted.
Okay.
Oh, Captain! I've heard Louisbourg could be a linchpin in the war. If the Royal Navy can take that fort, it'll be clear sailing down the St. Lawrence.
Then on to Quebec and Montreal. The tide is turning.
General Wolfe will give that craven Montcalm a right thrashing.
I've been looking forward to that since Fort William Henry.
With this bloody war over, we'll finally bring order to this damned continent.
I fear it would take more than that, friend.
Fire! This claimed to be perfect.
Ich habe keine Ahnung, was er gerade gesagt hat. Das war alles zu laut. Gut, ich würde hier stehen bleiben und beim nächsten Mal weitermachen. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Bye. Bye.